Peace, peace, Jackson. What's going on? How's everybody doing this morning? Grand Rising. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Well, it's close to the end of another week here in the city of Jackson. Mm. Um, and looks like it's gonna be another hot one. How's everybody doing today? I hope you had a good night's sleep. I hope you're doing well. Everything's good on this end, And but yeah, you seen the title. You seen the title, you know, itself. You know what I mean? Because that's a concern I think I've raised before, but I'm gonna raise it again because it's concerning to me because I just wanna I'm gonna expound I'm gonna expound on it. It's concerning to me because it seems to me that no one's listening. They're not listening. No one's listening. No one's listening. Because if they was listening, then certain comments wouldn't be made. It's it's too obvious that they're gonna move forward with this data center. It's too obvious. You know. Okay. I heard somebody say in that meeting. I was reviewing that meeting yesterday, and when I heard somebody in that meeting say what I say what they said, I immediately saw that I'm no longer out there all alone singing a solo. It's now becoming a choir. Tell you why. Because as long as they're in office, they're gonna have they're gonna have this cockiness about themselves as far as making decisions. They're gonna move forward with the plans, regardless. They just think they got it in the bag. But all it takes is a decision. All it takes is a decision. Everybody on that city council can lose their seat. The mayor can lose his seat. You see? So, yo, well, let's look at this. You know? So I mean, whoever said that in that council, they hit the hammer on the nail. I didn't have to go down there and voice my opinion. But you know, so we gonna come. We'll dive back into that because, like I said, it's a lot more to that than what they saying. Cause I'm looking at their words. I don't care about what they say, what they gonna do, what they planning, what the, what the double talk is. I don't want to hear that. I don't care about that. Cause it's nothing but double talk. Well, what did we double talk about? You're sitting there saying that you want to get the people's opinions about making certain decisions. That's double talk because you're going to make the decision anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or you puffing one. Or you puffing one. You know what I'm saying? Or you puffing. I mean, hey, that's what it is. And it's nobody around. Ain't nobody, it seems like to me, and I'm not trying to beat up I'm not trying to beat the resident up. I'm not trying to beat up the folks down there that went down there, because it takes guts to go down there to that council and go to that podium and speak. But I think with a little bit more force, you ain't gotta be convict. You ain't gotta have that forceful conviction like I sometimes have. No, you don't have to appear to be confrontational. No, but let me tell you this: actions speak louder than words. If you go to that ballot box, they're gonna see what you're talking about. If you start sending out petitions, they're gonna see what you're talking about. I think the people we need to be a little bit more forceful in our actions, because I don't really think they get it. Well, let me say this: they got it, but they gonna do what they want to do. They gonna do what they want to do regardless of what. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an enemy to the council. I love all of them. I love all for what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish. But like I said, I don't think that the council is really concerned with the residents' concerns. I don't think that they're going to make a decision based off the concerns of the residents with this data center. And that's just the bottom line to it. So, like I said, it remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. They got their issues. Hopefully, on the 14th, I can get a ride down there. Because I know J-Train probably gonna be on strike by that time. I'm not gonna be able to ride the bus. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. That really sucks. But there is a meeting coming up, a J-Train paratransit meeting coming up on Wednesday. We're gonna try to make that. We definitely gonna try to make that J-Train paratransit meeting. You know what I'm saying? And if this gets out to those that's interested, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I wouldn't even know how to tell you how to reach out to them folks. Probably have to call downtown or something so they can see the information. But I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you, but they having it, and I'm kind of curious on what they're gonna say about that J-Train stuff. Did they come to a consensus? Are they gonna really have this strike? Well, what's really going on? Because you got a lot of folks that's got to get to work. You got the Eddie McBride Center for the Blind. They have subscribed riders. You got the LC Industry Centers for the Blind. They got subscribed riders. You got the Mississippi Institute for the Blind. They got subscribed riders. You got people that's on dialysis. They're subscribed riders. You got people that goes to work to and fro. They're subscribed riders. You got a lot of subscribed riders. And then you got people that ride that big bus that goes to work every day. Where the hell is it going to lead them? Where's it going to lead them, Jackson? They need to get it together. They need to get it together. Because the city is facing a whole bunch of junk right now. And the only thing we don't need is a question on our taxpayers. See, that is a ripple effect. When J-Train goes on strike for folks that need it, that means tax dollars is at stake. Come on now. A lot of folks are not going to go to work. A lot of folks are going to be struggling getting to work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. It does. It does. It put a question on the tax dollars. Some folks gonna be able to get to work. Some folks is not. But it's like I said, it's not, and it's not healthy for the city. It's not healthy for the city. Folks not gonna get to their doctor's appointments. Folks not gonna get to, to the grocery stores. With this, the way they J goofy rules set up. You know what I'm saying? You can't come on in with bags like that. No way. You know what I'm saying? Them goofy ass rules they got. They need to change that. That's something that they need to change. That the union down there crying about the workers and this, that, whatever. What about the resident? What about them goofy rules that they got with the resident carrying bags on the bus? You only can carry a certain amount of bags for your groceries and this, that, whoop de whoop. You can't come on here with with a carry-on suitcase, whatever, whoop de whoop. All that kind of junk. It's whack. How folks gonna get to and fro? How folks gonna move about? How they gonna move about? And that really hurts older folk and disabled folk. So you're striking for that, but y'all need to be striking for this, for the resident. Because the resident is suffering. The residents is suffering. Everyday riders is suffering from this junk they got, this argument that they got going on. Resolve it. Resolve it. Somebody come to a consensus. Make the deal. Get this deal made. And move forward. We got enough going on with the city. We got enough going on with the city. Well, maybe this is I don't know. Maybe I'm going to be a conspiracy theorist today. Maybe it's going to be Conspiracy Thursday. Like that one. Maybe this is a conspiracy for them to go on strike. So the city ain't got to pay them. Maybe this is a conspiracy. Maybe it's a conspiracy for the city not to pay them. I don't know. I'm just tripping right now. But I'm just saying. But like I said, they crippling the city. The Jackson Water's in limbo. The Jackson Airport is in limbo. The Jackson is strapped for cash for us, for us budgets. A lot of budgets is being cut. What's really gonna happen? Will the mayor turn this thing around? Well, I ain't gonna say turn it around. He already got the bus turned around. But will the mayor get the start rolling again? Will his inflated tires get aired back up so he can start going in the right direction? He's already in the right direction, so he can start moving again. So, yo, I hope you got what I said yesterday, because I meant it. I hope you got what I said yesterday, resident. Resident, you better have got what I said. Because I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe in coincidences. No way, no how. Not by a long shot. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in it. All this mess happening under your governor's watch. Come on, B. All this mess is happening under your governor's watch. All of it. Every last bit of it. everybody for the Jackson Water on this new 9-member board, I want to jog your memory. If not, go back and go and read it. Go read it. Everybody picked the people that they were supposed to pick, except for the governor. Why is that? I asked that question in my other videos. Why he didn't pick before Judge Wingate made his decision? Before he told them, y'all can't do nothing because of separation of powers. You better pay attention. You better pay attention, because I'm telling you straight up. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. And folks, y'all sit around here and get distracted on this, that, and the other. And in the meantime, they doing stuff in your face and you don't even see it. You don't even see it. See, I'm not antagonizing nobody. This is not my platform. I'm not an antagonistic person. I'm not going to antagonize the media, or well, let me say subject matters that's going to get under the skin of certain individuals. I'm not going to do that. I ain't Clay Edwards. I'm not being antagonizing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to antagonize nobody. I don't want to get nobody angry or nobody mad or whatever the case may be, where I can't go outside, or I'm afraid to go outside. I want when somebody see me, I want them to say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's that cat that got the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, what up, dude? Alright. Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because this is for us. Now, I might be a little biased for us black folk, because nobody else is doing it for us. You turn on a radio station, ain't nobody rocking with us. Yeah, you know, you got, you know what I'm saying, some of the radio station over there on NPR, yeah, they rocking out. I have no doubt. They, you know what I'm saying, they doing good. They doing a good job over there on NPR. Oh, by the way, shout out to them. Shout out to Councilman Harley, you know what I'm saying, and David Archie, you know, all them folks over there. That's I hadn't been listening to their shows in a while. I'm gonna go back to listen to their shows, but shout out to them. But we need something like an everyday thing, every 5 days a week. We need a 5-day-a-week thing. That's why this right here is made, because they need to hear from our perspective. We need to hear from our perspective. I'm just you can call me whatever you want to call me, biased, whatever you want to call me. But we don't have that here in Jackson, Mississippi. You already see that we got these outsiders coming in making content. You got these folks coming from outside making content about Jackson. Some folks going up into at the Metro Center, looking at the building. The building is not occupied. You got folks just all around town. They go to the poorest neighborhoods and they popping up these videos, and they talk to some of the folks, and they act like Jackson is one big freaking skid row. They act like Jackson one big skid row. So what is the outsiders that's looking in here gonna think? They just now talking about putting a David Buster's in Ridgeland, and that's all well and good. But why y'all elect Ridgeland? Why did they elect Ridgeland? Why all those corporate businesses is moving around the city of Jackson? Because Jackson is going to be something else in the future. They got some other things planned. And see, I think that a lot of these mom and pop places got control of Jackson business network. I think that because it's that now, like I said, I don't believe in coincidences. It's not a coincidence. You got a lot of mom and pop places downtown. It's not a coincidence. You got a lot of mom and pop places out north. It's no coincidence. And they're thriving hard. I'm not finna tell you don't go there. Don't spend your bread. Yeah, Jackson needs the tax dollars. But what I am telling you is look at the overall view of this. Who is in the city of Jackson? Look at the businesses. Mostly mom and pops. Mostly mom and pops. Mostly mom and pops. And the thing is that the mom and pop businesses, these mom and pop businesses, you got some black owned mom and pop businesses is going out of business. You know what I'm saying? Because you got certain areas that traffic is being deflected. Then, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. So, I mean, just pay attention. You need to be paying attention. What happened to all the black businesses? Because I know in some places in West Jackson, you got a lot of stores that shut down. Let me tell y'all something. If you could remember Exxon on Lynch Street, right there, Lynch and Highway 80. They used to have a Subway in that joint. It was always clean. It was always nice. But as soon as the Indians took over, what they do? They put one of them barbecue spots up in there, and they just ran it down. Then they burnt it down. Come on, man. Why don't we have control over our communities just the way some of other communities have control? Why don't we have control? Why can't we draw up a petition and say, yo, nah, we don't want that in here. Go down there to that zoning board and voice your opinion. I ain't studying about the city council. You need to go down there. You need to go to the true decision makers. Go down there to that zoning board and talk to them and tell them, say, look, we don't want that here. You don't think they're not going to take that into consideration before they make their decision? And you got a whole bunch of petitions and it's legal? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Attorney General get a letter. Everybody get a letter. Everybody get a letter. Hey, do something about this. But let me say this. And this right here is the nitty gritty of it. And I know some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. But you're gonna know when I say it. You got the bread. You can get what you want. If we pool the resources, our financial resources together, the way other communities do, it ain't just about petitions. Because what I believe anytime I make a presentment, there will be a performance being made. I always believe that. I'm not finna make a presentment and there's no performance. See my point? Oh, you want me to expound? Sure, no problem. We'll expound. Here's the deal. When you make a presentment, a check coming with it. contingency upon you cashing, upon you accepting this performance. You agree. Now you got them in the now they locked in the contract. Because when they locked in that contract, once they, because if they don't return the funds, and they take the funds, and they cash the funds, right? When they cash it, I guarantee you this. Mark my word. They have to abide by that contract. Because that's a performance. They accepted the performance. Offer, what is the contract? Offer, acceptance, and consideration. What was written in that contract was a consideration. And you gave a performance. So just think about that, resident. Let's pool our resources together. I'm telling you. That's the only way people are going to stop and raise an eyebrow about that little black community over there. Leave them alone. You need to leave them alone. Nah, they're not. They got their own little thing over there. Folks over there, I'm just giving an example, like, folks over there in Dooley, they got their own thing over there. Those folks over there in Vernon Dixon, yeah, they got their own thing over there. Those folks over there in Washington Dixon, they got their thing. Those folks over there in the bottoms, they got their own thing over there. Nah, you need to leave them alone. Let them folks thrive and do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we don't even need to go over there in their neighborhoods, because straight up and down, we're not welcome. We're not welcome in their neighborhood. And give them some kind of uncomfortable. Yeah, make them feel uncomfortable. Make folks feel uncomfortable the way folks make us feel uncomfortable. Real talk. Because I know a lot of times when we go into them Indian stores, we feel uncomfortable. Even though we're going in there, sometimes I know you say, oh, some of us, yeah, you got some of them ain't studying, but some of us feel uncomfortable. Some of us, when we go over to Pearl, Mississippi, we feel uncomfortable, even with our paperwork being right, because we know how they truly, some folks truly feel. Let's just keep that real. We know how some folks truly feel. So. But like I said, it all remains to be seen. And like I said, it all remains to be seen. Well, that's it for me. I'm gonna finish my day, probably just enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? This hot and bothered weather. You know what I'm saying? Because I swear. It's, the weather is very, very peculiar, you know what I'm saying? They just, I don't know. You don't never know what's going on. They sit around, they talk, they predict the weather, this, that, whatever the case may be, but then, just like in June, we had that tropical storm, and it rained all the while. Now, I told everybody that I talked to, I said, see all that rain we getting? They're like, yeah, it's going to be extremely, extremely hot. Extremely, extremely hot. You know what I'm saying? That moisture is going to create heat. And believe me, when I tell you, it's going to cook up. It's going to be cooking down there in the Gulf. The Gulf going to be cooking. So, they predict this and predict that, but they don't really know. They don't really know. Even the makers, even the people that's controlling the weather, they think they're controlling it. But I can guarantee you this: when you can't stop Mother Nature. You can't stop Mother Nature. Mother Nature ain't playing. Real talk. She and you know where she get her orders from. So, but yeah, so. Hey, if you ever go into the Jackson State area, go down there and get you a stamp burger. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Tell them Raphael sent you. You know what I'm saying? And for real. I mean, no, this ain't no. I ain't trying to no promo, nothing like that. It's free publicity for them cats. I love Stamps. I love what they do. They've been in business for a long, long time. Hey, look, give them show them some support. You know what I'm saying? Black owned. Show them some support. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In the Orchid Bed and Breakfast. Well, then they talk to the Thompson couple. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. For real. They, you know what I'm saying? They really, really, they open up their little business. They doing their thing at that bed and breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Go down there and do some business with them. Show your support. Show some love. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's it for me. Hey, listen. This is the 601 Network. Hey, man, leave me a comment. Let me know something. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Shout me out. You know what I'm saying? Cash at me something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look, yo, show a brother some love. Yo. But anyway, till next time. I don't want to sound like Jerry Springer, but take care of yourself. And stay encouraged. Peace.